Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 69 of the Rum Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined after what seems like forever,
I know.
Flyguy from Flyguy.net after his little excursion to San Diego Comic-Con, and the week before that was 4th of July and stuff. So,
it was 4th of July. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
We've been busy.
been busy.
We've been busy. It's been a busy couple of weeks. A lot of things happened, and yet we don't have that much to share this week. So, but you've probably seen it out there in the interwebs. So,
Yeah, we've talked about it in different places, whether you've gone to our individual sites or, I think I've been on a Wolfpack podcast or two since, our last show.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of talk going around and everything about just everything that happened at San Diego Comic-Con. The pluses and minuses, I would say, from it, from people fighting over exclusives to, announcements and reveals, like the whole Force Awakens panel that they had there. And there was something for everyone, but as with every convention, especially with San Diego, there always seems to be a,
huge lines.
huge lines, people that try to, end up spoiling it for a lot of people as far as from an experience point of view. But anyway, we will get to all of that and more as we go through the announcements and our thoughts on everything. So we will start with the Hasbro Kenner news this week. This was your first visit to San Diego Comic-Con, I believe.
It was, and joined by my good friend Matt, who joined me at Celebration Anaheim as well, and we had a blast. It was really, really good. It's for those that haven't been, the entire town of San Diego is just taken over. Skyscrapers are covered with pictures of Conan and Funko Pop, and the lines and the lines to get into things is kind of scary. It's quite an event. I think it has to be one of those bucket list things you have to go to, but it's also one of those things that we were just talking before the show that I think I've ticked that with a big black Sharpie. I'm kind of not really in a hurry to go back unless there was something else, because a lot of things you can't get into, you can't get hold of. So really, why are you there? It's a little frustrating, but that's San Diego Comic-Con. So.
Yeah. What did you all get to experience when you were there? I mean, it's hard to take in everything. You kind of have to pick and choose on what you want to do. It's like, do I go to the, this panel, or do I, wait in line for 8 hours? There's so many different avenues you can take. What was your experience?
Well, like Toys was my first protocol, and the same for Matt that was with me. He was Lego. So we tried to work together to try and get the best of both worlds. So preview night was the kickoff. That's where they traditionally let people in to get a look at the booths. But frankly, preview night turned into just apocalypse night. It was just chaos.
That was the Wednesday night prior,
that was
wasn't
the
it?
Wednesday night, so from 6 p.m. So we were in line, we were well in advance there. I think from 3 p.m. we'd queued to get in there. So that's a reasonable amount of time, but actually in Comic-Con standards, it's not. People queued to give you an idea, and I didn't realize this, 27 hours to get into some things, sometimes longer.
Right.
So...
yeah, if you're trying to get into that Force Awakens thing, you were
correct.
You were there
like 8 before they let us in the hall, so we couldn't get into that. So
dang,
it's just. But then we only waited like 4 hours. So it's the people who waited 27 hours got into that. But we made a beeline for Hasbro. Sadly, a lot of exhibitors have bought day passes, and so while they're in the hall setting themselves up, they quickly flip over to their individual pass, and boom. They bombard the booth. There was also, I know,
it's such a shady kind of way to go about it. Like you're behind the, the look, through the looking glass kind of thing. You're on the other side. Sure. You don't have to fight through the crowds being an exhibitor or whatever your special pass is, and then you quick flip over to your everyday commoner pass, and you're like right there. You don't have to do anything, and then you're able to buy up all your stuff. And then, I heard stories of, exhibitors selling, some of these exclusives there for just a ridiculous amounts of money. And, I've always been of the mind that should be, there should be some sort of Comic-Con police or something that, it's just one of those things that how can you, in your on good conscience, sell something that is maybe 2 to 3 times as expensive as some of the the stores are offering.
Well, I think certainly Sideshow had their act together, and and a few other booths had that as well. DC, people were scanning your badges, so kind of popular thing at any convention you go to. They scan your badge, they got your details, they know who you are, and that was a good method of doing it. You were entered into prize draws. For Sideshow, for example, you couldn't re-enter. They give you a gift card, they scanned you, you weren't getting any more. So even if you did buy an extra pass, and actually if people do buy extra passes, good luck to them. They've spent 60, 70, 80 bucks, whatever. Maybe you should get a second chance at it. But what was scummy was, yes, people were buying Funko Pops at $15 and literally one booth away from Funko selling the exact same thing for $200.
Right.
A fool in their money are easily partied, is the saying, and a lot of people were spending a lot of money on crap.
Yeah.
But it's the fever, it's the con, but...
to get that those con glasses on, and you just can't...
You just can't help it. Just people go crazy. And I'm fairly seasoned after some cons this year. Definitely a lot of cons this year. It's con prices. It's... But I think the thing that probably was the lowest of the low was people were bringing in a huge, in proportionate amount of disabled people, which had a disabled line at the Hasbro booth. Now, of course, disabled people are part of life and they're everywhere, but you just don't get quite as many disabled people at a Hasbro Toy Shop booth at San Diego Comic-Con on preview night as this. So one old granny mother was saying, she said, I have no idea what I'm here for. And she was in a little push stroller thing. And I'm saying, what? And she's, I'm just here for him to get extras to get. And I'm just glaring at this guy like, you die. So,
it's that kind of stuff that turns me off to the whole con experience.
It is. It's Celebration Anaheim was a dream compared to this.
Right.
A dream. So, it's a tough con. Definitely a tough con.
So you said your focus was kind of the Hasbro stuff, and your friends was the Lego. Were you guys both able to get your exclusive things that you wanted?
Pretty much. I mean, I think I was picking up a few things for different people. Gentle Giant was picking stuff up, and I managed to get that on the Sunday, like the second last one. So it just really depends. The way the system works, for those that don't know, is you're given a ticket normally for these booths. That's what should have happened with Hasbro's booth, but they did not on the preview night. Everyone gets a ticket. You have to queue to get a ticket. In Lego's case, that line to get the ticket started daily on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's something like 4 a.m. People would camp out overnight to get this thing.
Right.
The queue was 2 miles long for Lego. 2 miles long. So we queued in this, got sunburnt, but Matt finally managed to. We both get up, we both get a chance to win minifigures, and you're denied. You have to press a button, and you get a random chance. And we didn't get. So after queuing for hours. So, but he kept trying, and he's a good trader, so we managed to trade with some people. He got some stuff he wanted. But it's a tough con. If you have to be militaristic, strategic to get what you want, and it kind of sucks the fun out of it.
You spend half your time, per day, it seems like, in some of these lines. If you're really, whether it's Hasbro or Lego or Hallmark, it's just like certain brands have these certain devoted followers that warrant these huge long lines, like you said, 2 miles long for a Lego thing. What was the exclusive that they were trying to get? So just a chance to get at anything?
Well, kind of. On certain days, they were giving away for free Falcon, a Captain America Falcon little minifigure, and I believe the other one was, I can't remember who it was now. Actually, brain's gone blank.
Wasn't there like I can see it, but I can't place the name at the moment. Is it it's a DC figure? I think
it was a DC figure. It's Arsenal from Arsenal from Arrow, so a red-green Arrow, basically. Right. So that was the other figure, and then the other time you had to queue was for the ticket, and that ticket allowed you to then get in. Guess what? Another line for queuing to buy from the Lego store for $40 the little builder sets,
Right.
with one minifigure and the little studs. So that was the Age of Ultron set, a gorgeous looking DC Superman set, and there was another Marvel one, and my brain's also going as well. So
and there was the Star Wars Dagobah
Star
set.
Wars, thank you. That's what it was. It was a Dagobah set. So that was the 3 sets. You had to queue to get those. So we managed to get a couple for Matt. He's into these things big time. But getting all 3 was proven to be tough. But just as a little side note, we stood in line on the Sunday really early to get in, and we met some people who had queued 27 hours. That was the longest I'd met anyone. 27 hours to get into the Funko booth. And they got in 10 minutes before the show floor opened on the very first day of the con, ran up to the booth, and the guy said the lines had been capped for the entire day. So 27 hours denied. So
that's
you
when
got to be tough.
eBay looks really good.
It does. Honestly, it really does. And I think a lot of people were we looked at some of a lot of people were saying, look, I have to buy some of these exclusives to pay for my trip and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, whatever.
Right.
But when you were looking at the prices, like the Devastator, Transformers, huge Devastator, an exclusive edition, people were, to buy it was just under 200, and people were buying it online for 240 and 250.
Yeah, $40 is
exactly. So
my time is worth $40.
Correct. Your 27 hours is worth more than that, Jason. Yeah. So it's a little overhyped. Public Enemy don't believe the hype. It's big, but again, you'll never get the experience. Again, I could have kicked myself. 8 in line. If we'd get in, we would have been seeing, albeit from a very far distance, Harrison Ford. So that's the way it goes. So
to
it
miss
was
that,
good fun.
Yeah, to miss that, and then the concert after.
I know it was gutting, but there was plenty of other things going on.
Oh, sure,
tons of things going on. So,
so did you limit out on your
credit card?
No, on your. Did you buy 2 of the Force Awakens Stormtrooper?
I managed to get 1 of the Force Awakens Stormtrooper for a listener and a watcher of this show, Emmett Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah, great.
But and a few others were asking me. Matt and I tried to get some for others. A lot of people actually bought them. Another friend on Twitter who was desperate to get one he was literally begging me to get one, and I managed to see we've managed to get hold of one for you, and he'd already bought one. So it went to someone else. So, but they were hard to get into the line for. So, and they sold out, I think, on the Saturday about 11 or 12. I tweeted that was it. It's gone. But every day was the same. It was blocked and allocated, and it went. So there was a lot of freebies and promos and giveaways. Again, you had to get in a line. We get some nice ones from Topps, little Galactic Connections, little chips, little casino-like chips. The Topps guys were great. They did a very small booth and just very friendly and accessible bunch. Hasbro were very nice as well, but a good portion of the hall, a good quarter of the hall is artists of comics and books that I've never even heard. And then there's the large Lucasfilm pavilion selling stuff. But it's one of those things. If you really want to do it, go do it. But I think once you've done it, you'll be like, tick. Yep. I've done it. So
good deal.
It's expensive.
Let's see. So when you were there, you were able to do the Q&A with Hasbro, which I had just you posted some great videos actually. Prior to your Q&A that you had posted today, you posted that great overview of the new Force Awakens TIE Fighter.
Yeah, it was that was a great Q&A session. Stephen, the design director for Hasbro, is an incredibly nice guy, very accessible. He's worked on a lot of stuff, Transformers and Star Wars, and he was this was like his new baby. He was so proud of this thing, and you could see it beaming across him. Genuinely, they were so excited about this, and I was tweeting out Hasbro's bringing in a big box, and they could see us all looking at it, and they knew a couple of faces, and they were kind of teasing us a little bit, like opening the box and closing it. And so, but that was a genuine surprise. I actually just blanked. I thought, is that going to be a vehicle? Is it not going to be a vehicle? I had no idea what it was. So, who'd have thunk it? 6-inch TIE Fighter. So,
yeah, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, that video that you had posted, where you kind of gave the overview and looking down inside the cockpit. I think that was the first real official confirmation that you could seat 2 pilot or, you know, 2 figures inside of it, because there's a seat that you see 2 6-inch figures back to back inside.
Yeah, again, shout out to Stephen, the design director at Hasbro. He's just briefly there in the video. He let me have a quick look in that, and that they were all saying this thing has to go. We got to get it downstairs into the larger display. They wanted to take this thing away, and he kindly let me get a look inside this thing while he was talking some other people as well, and then it was off. So yeah, to get a little, we're just sharing this just on screen just now. A little look at this thing was pretty special, and it's just huge, absolutely huge. No stickers. It has a gun which moves forward, and there we go. We're just sharing it again on screen. No stickers inside. 2 pilots inside, and it's painted aspects inside. So none of that kind of reaching in to try and stick stickers inside. And an exclusive version of that TIE Fighter pilot, I think they called him the Black Widow. That was the name given for that figure. If it wasn't revealed elsewhere, that's what it was called, the Black Widow TIE Fighter pilot. He will only be available in that set. They've said that they will look to get him out in the line later on. I have my doubts. That's a little bit like the Hanan Carbonite. Good luck in that one. Yep. So if you're really a completist like me, you'll probably want to get that, and at least for the Trooper. So
yeah. Speaking of that figure or that set, Star Wars Action News through their Q&A revealed that they're going to try to get that out there for Force Friday. You know, they're going to get, you know, it's going to be limited as far as, you know, how many stores get how many pieces. I'm not sure, but it's not expected to be a super wide release of that vehicle initially
until later on in the year. Yeah.
So if you really want it, you might need to jump on that early. So
yeah, I think so.
But for $170 is what it retails out at. You know, that might either limit some people or, you know, make them focus saying, you know, this is what I want to get for that Midnight Madness event. Yeah. So.
And that's another thing that's going to be kind of tough. Some little bits of information that I've had leaking through as well. This is going to be a very spread thin. I think we've kind of slightly overhyped this Force Friday, from what I'm led to believe. I think stores are getting a little bit less than they expect, because everybody, and I mean everybody globally, wants a slice of this pie. It's a Star Wars, new figures. Who's not going to want this thing? So it seems like a lot of stores may be allocated and get just a little sprinkling of each rather than a concentrated effort. I think the Force Friday countdown is literally, this is going to be the tip of the iceberg, and then from that period on through the rest of September, October, then the shelves will be filled. But yeah, you might find a lot of empty pegs, so you're warned. So. Yeah,
I could see that happening. You know, we'll probably get to this here in a second. I kind of wrote up a little article, you know, right after San Diego Comic-Con was over, and I kind of I titled it Force Friday Frustration, because we never really got any real indication as to how much product was coming. You know, they said, you know, a lot, or, you know, they never really gave a real clear indication as to what's going to be available, how much you should budget for. You know, is stuff going to be revealed but not available for sale on that day? You know, there's so many ways that can be played out.
Well, I mean, I got the sense. I mean, obviously, Q&As and interviews with Hasbro and those guys, and you know, we kept bumping into them continually throughout the entire weekend. They made it very clear, as did Topps, as did Funko, as did others that I interviewed and spoke to. September the 4th is a date which is for everybody. It's not just Hasbro. It's the first day that Lucasfilm will let you sell anything. And even then, it's a sanctioned amount of products and releases. Probably all those that you've seen in the teaser trailer and no more. I think it's not Hasbro's fault. So the hate pouring on Hasbro is a little bit like...
and that's how I kind of tailored the article, even though I kind of called out Hasbro specifically. It's more of a Disney thing than a...
Oh, sure, definitely. Sure. You know, Lucasfilm, Disney story. Yes, of course. Yes.
You know, there's, even though they can't reveal a lot of the Force Awakens stuff. There's still all of the stuff outside of the Force Awakens that could have been shown. You know, like there's plenty of original trilogy characters, you know, that they've been working on or whatnot that fall outside of the Force Awakens movies that could have been.
It's just one of those things, and as frustrating as it is, again, little bits of information are creeping out more and more that I'm hearing as well, and it's I think it's just one of those things that all good things will come. It's just I think it's very hard for them to they're just not allowed. They are under embargo and told no. So, but I don't think we're going to be disappointed. I mean, you know, movie year, huge ass movie. The shelves are going to be stocked. Stuff is coming. We definitely know that a lot of stuff is coming, but it's just, I mean, again, from that point of view, 4th of September, the movie doesn't come out till December the 10th. It's quite a gap to release a lot more in between then. So from a marketing point of view, I think they're a little afraid, or Disney is, that they don't want to peak too early and all the toys of Kylo and Finn and are all going, and then come December, there's nothing.
Yeah, so it makes sense, you know, to string it out as long as they can, but you know,
it's frustrating.
I mean, they didn't have even new packaging stuff on display, as far as Hasbro, you know, StarWars.com, they had the Kylo Ren packaging, you know, that they featured on their site there months back now. It's surprising that they didn't have, you know, box samples, you know, even generic of that line look, you know, as far as, you know, either vehicles or carded figures. We're gonna like walk into a store blind essentially on September 4th, unless, as they kind of indicated, that they're going to kind of sprinkle things out through the they're going to have exclusive articles posted on their new Hasbro Pulse thing, where they're going to maybe feature a few new characters or, you know, releases that are planned to be coming for September. I wouldn't doubt that, you know, Entertainment Weekly or USA Today are going to get some sort of a highlight, you know,
well, I mean,
thrown to them.
Many Bothan spies died to bring us this information, but there was a lot of little bits that did sneak out at San Diego quietly, and I teased a couple out on Twitter, but I think I was too cryptic. So
I saw that post that you had done, and I wasn't sure which tweets you were referring to, because I hadn't gone back through your.
Yeah, there was a lot of tweets. But we'll talk about it more, and we'll maybe have something in the next show, and we'll explain a bit more. But there's for 6-inch, you're not going to be disappointed for the rest of this year. There's a lot coming. Yeah. And I think even 3.75, I tried to placate a couple of people, but they're coming. They're coming. We just got to be a little bit patient, unfortunately. Yeah. But we'll piece it together and share more soon.
Let's see, this last little bit of Hasbro news. People have been waiting for, you know, people were posting, you know, right up through San Diego Comic-Con as to when stuff was going to be available to buy as far as exclusives go for San Diego Comic-Con. And HasbroToyShop.com posted the tiniest little part on their website. You'd really have to be looking at their site to find it, but it says that San Diego Comic-Con exclusives are going to go for sale on their site on July 28th. So that's like not this week, but the following, you know, Tuesday next week. So you'll be able to, I don't know when, but you'll be able to go to their site and get the exclusive Force Awakens Stormtrooper, if that's what you're looking to get.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a lot of them.
Yeah, they only said, I think they might have slipped out that they only reserved a couple hundred maybe for their website. So
there seems to be plenty of Devastators. There seems to be plenty of G.I. Joes, Monster or whatever it was, ponies, and a few other things. But Force Awakens Trooper was popular. So
that brings us to Sideshow, Hot Toys, and statue news. Hot Toys had a great, varied display, as they usually do at San Diego Comic-Con. They had a ton of, you know, the premium formats and, you know, 6 scale figures on display. But they did announce during Comic-Con that they were going to have the Hot Toys Luke Skywalker in Stormtrooper disguise figure that went up for pre-order last week, I believe.
That's right, and seeing this thing in the flesh was just gorgeous. There's a few others there that I'm sure you read about or heard about. The where are we? Let me get the right screen. That might help us. So there we go. There's the Luke Skywalker there. But there was also and this thing was just the facial sculpt. I mean, it's showing it in the photographs there, but in the flesh, it just floored me how good they were. And the Princess Leia as well was there, which is not yet up for pre-order. And a 1/6 scale Boba Fett as well, which I'm sure you saw.
Yep.
So, yeah, I've got some videos there of the cabinets and tried to do my best with my nose up against the plexiglass, trying to kind of squeeze in. But this is a beautiful looking look, facial sculpt wise. I don't think they've made any tweaks to the Stormtrooper armor, but it certainly looks a little better than the. I think because he's shorter. Yeah, I complained a little bit before that. I felt that the legs were a little bit too short for the armor, but this being Luke is shorter, I think it actually fits a little better.
Yeah, you would think that the armor looks, I would almost say ill-fitting, because it was maybe for a taller Stormtrooper, and as Luke gets shorter, it fits a little bit weird, and I think that's probably representative of what it looked like in the movie.
It's probably true, but great looking figure, and the fact that you can literally swap the head out and you've got another Stormtrooper is excellent as well. So this was definitely one for me the minute this went up. I nabbed that and looking forward to it. Much improved on the old Sideshow version. So we know Han will be around the corner, so he's going to be coming.
Yeah.
And if we've got time, I've got a little video here. Hopefully I can show just a little, if it'll let me share my screen. It's uploaded, just not quite shared yet. Let me see if we can do this. But yeah, the Leia was, sorry, let me share this properly. The Leia was just stunning. So yeah, a lot of Hot Toys coming. And Sideshow too, an AT-At driver as well. That was another one.
Yep, that went up I think that went up for pre-order, didn't it? Or, I mean, they might have just previewed it.
I think they previewed
prior
it. But,
to Comic-Con. But Sideshow did have a panel that they were part of. I think it was like I don't remember exactly what it was called. I'm going to share my screen here, where they revealed a bunch of new product that's in development or on its way. Let me share here. This. I think I'm sharing that there. Yeah, there's a artist concept series from Ralph McQuarrie where they're having a 6-scale Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was on display. Yep.
That's a great looking figure, to be honest. I just love the McQuarrie style Vader in the 12-inch line. Yep. They've got the statue, the 5th scale statue of the Stormtrooper, the McQuarrie Stormtrooper.
Yep, they have that as well. Although not painted. And yes, the Boba Fett as well.
The Boba Fett. There was another Vader McQuarrie statue, a 5th scale statue. It's kind of, I guess it'd be a little bit smaller than the premium format line. But there's that. I think this premium format Vader is one they've shown before. They had a premium format Darth Maul that's in the works.
Got another one. Jeez.
Yeah, this one's based off of a Clone Wars episode. It might even be from the Son of Dathomir comic book that came out earlier this year. There's a Sand Trooper in development. A Jango Fett premium format figure.
Nice.
Let's see, Jawas we've seen, R5D4. They have the new Darth Maul 12-inch figure that's coming. R2Q5. And then again, there was the AT-At driver. And then they have Zuckuss and Forlom 12-inch figures.
Nice.
Worked on. So that'll pretty much round out the bounty hunters except for Dengar. So that was their collector panel that they had. So Very
Yeah,
cool. Lot of stuff that they didn't either have on display or people haven't really been talking about, I don't think.
yeah. I mean, their booth was huge, arguably the biggest booth of all of them. So yeah, it was a big booth.
Let's see what else?
Did we?
See, Gentle Giant. They had a bunch of stuff on display at Comic-Con. They had a Yavin Luke minibus, which they've since put up for pre-order on their site, as well as the 12-inch droids. It's not really all that different from the. It's just a packaging change to me. It looks like for the carded droids Boba Fett figure.
Yep.
I have that coming. I have all the other ones. I might as well get that one. Let's see what else. Lego had a bunch of. I think probably they're not too thrilled about this, but there are a bunch of Lego leaks that have come out over the past couple weeks. I don't know if you have a link handy for the Poe's X-wing and Falcon, because those had shown up.
Well, there was just before we left. I think we both were copied in a tweet by someone who was saying, "Oh, here's the minifigures," and I was kind of like,
"Yeah, they look kind of dodgy."
They did look a little dodgy, but then the box shots that just came out the other day, if this link would ever open, looked legit. And I didn't. I mean, there was very mild spoilers really in it. I mean, I just retweeted it. I didn't really. Yeah. Again, I'm kind of of the mind like you're going to get spoiled with stuff like that on the internet, but it's not of look, I am your father level. It's But we're just waiting for this to load. Come on, Twitter. The internet's just grinding to a halt. Come on. But the sets look pretty good. I mean, they're huge again. It's no surprise the Falcon. Here we go. It's no surprise the Falcon is back. But which also makes me think very much you'll see it in 3.75. Group rates don't actually have images.
Yeah, a lot of the sites have their images pulled for those 2 box shots, but basically what it was the Poe Dameron's X-Wing, which is the black and orange version of the new X-Wing. It includes several minifigures, a Poe, a BB-8. Can't remember who else was all in there, but
no, neither can I. The BB-8 I didn't think looked very good, but then it's Lego,
right?
Let's see if we can.
Because I think that the BB-8 also comes in the Falcon set.
Yeah, I think it's right. I don't know why your internet and my internet just decided to just slow down. Anyway, there's lots of Lego coming, so it's inevitable that it was going to happen at one point. There we go. Finally, we can get the set online. So there's the images on Twitter. Not great high res, but again, once Twitter decides to load them, we'll get to see them. But Falcon, shot of all the minifigures there. Poe Dameron's, BB-8's in both sets. That's right. So
we get a cool look at some of the. Like the flight ground crew type characters, and there's a couple. I think they're like gang people or something. Those
something whatever gang member. Tasao Leech. That's a new character we hadn't heard of before. Han Solo, Chewie, Finn, Rey, and so that Rey is actually accurate from the one that they'd shared out before. So I guess that is legit. And BB-8 looks very strange. Poe Dameron's X-Wing, and you're right. Yeah, that is nice. Nice colors. Resistance ground crew, Resistance X-Wing pilot. Great looking pilots. They look really good. So again, not really spoilers. I mean, it's kind of all this stuff was so heavily leaked with the drone footage. It was kind of publicized everywhere. So
concept art and whatnot.
Yeah, just so no major leakage. But yeah, Lego, of course, will be again September the 4th. I presume they're going to have their stuff out there too. So,
and then there was another. Oh, sorry. There was
no, go ahead.
There was another list that had come out just recently. I think GrooveBricks.com has it posted now. It's going around on a bunch of different sites, but this is where I saw it. And it had, who all was in there? There were
Uncar Henchman.
Yeah, there was another shot of Rey along with a first order gunner type figure.
Yeah, so some of the tweets.
Some weird looking figure in the middle. I don't know if it's I don't know what kind of a character that is.
Yeah.
Has like a gray hood and metallic face or something like that. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. So there was a few shots of Phasma as well that came out, minifigures, which I was a little skeptical too, but it could well be.
Yeah. Since we're not seeing complete figures, with their weapons and maybe their little fabric, cape things.
You're missing parts, of course. But yeah, it's going to be expensive. September the 4th.
I know. Some of those
budget lots. Just budget lots. You'll be fine.
I think there's 7 or 8 sets that are coming out for The Force Awakens on September 4th.
That's right.
So, there's a few $100 right there.
Oh, easy.
$400 I'd budget for that if you're if you're into Lego.
Yeah, it can be expensive.
Which I am getting more and more into as the days go by, it seems like. Vinylmation, this is a separate deal here from Lego, but Disney Store had put this up there. I saw this was shared from vinylmationworld.com. This is part of their Series 5 of Vinylmation figures. And with this, the Luke Skywalker Vinylmation figure is exclusive in itself, but you get a blind packaged figure in the box underneath. So you don't know what figure from Series 5 you're getting. So.
Yeah, my internet, unfortunately, is...
I can share it here quick. I've got it going.
Yeah, if you got it up there.
Share. Start screen share. Okay, so, yeah, this is the Luke Skywalker Vinylmation figure in his X-Wing pilot outfit. And then below, it's a combo pack. So it has a blind boxed figure. You don't know. I think there are 12 different ones that you can possibly get. So that's up apparently on the Disney Store website, but it says it's sold out, but I don't think it actually went up for order yet. So it might be just like a placeholder page.
Placeholder page, yeah.
Yeah. So, because the Series 5 set has been out for a little while yet.
That's quite a cool looking figure, actually. I like that.
Yeah, I've been picking up some of those as of late. Nothing else to buy, it seems like.
Need to save your money.
I know.
Right.
Let's see what else. Speaking of Disney Store, just last week they put up a new exclusive type statue, limited edition. I think it's limited to 500. It's of R2D2 and C-3PO. This is kind of similar to the Darth Vader set that they had right around April, I believe. I had picked that up and had done a toy guide entry for that. This one is a little bit different as it has electronics.
It does.
It lights up and has sounds and stuff. But for $129 or $130, the paint apps are not really that great from the preview images that they show. Some dodgy paint apps, and
that's quite a lot for that, I think.
Yeah,
it's more like a kind of $69, $79, $95, I think, starting price point for that, I would have said. But
yeah, the C-3PO is kind of cool as far as from a
vac metallization.
Yeah. But
hey, that's that Star Wars has so many facets and assets. There's people into all sorts of things, so that might be for you. out there watching this show.
Let's see what else. Anovos. They've been announcing a lot of stuff. Through San Diego Comic-Con. They announced a couple. I think they had the X-wing pilot outfit, as well as there was an Imperial one. I don't remember quite what it was, but they did announce that they were having a variant or version of the Stormtrooper that's available now for pre-order, the Shadow Stormtrooper.
I think it's just taking a little minute to come up, but here we go. Yeah, Anovos are they're killing it. They are killing it, man. They're just outfit after outfit. It's just, yeah. What a great bunch of guys they are. They've really transformed this business, and they're just clearing up. I think there's no one else doing it as good as they are. So,
yeah. So you can buy the complete outfit for like $1,300, or you can buy the as the kit, or you can buy the one that you have to finish yourself for what, like $375 or something like that.
That's right. That's
includes the helmet. You have to do a lot of the finishing yourself and fitting, but still, I think that even ends today, the pricing tier for that.
That's right. So there's still time to get it.
So if you're looking to be a Shadow Stormtrooper, this is where you can get it and have it be really accurate.
It's good they're doing that. I mean, it's when was the last time we ever saw anybody do that? Full suit of armor and the Shadow style. So smart marketers at Anovos. Very smart indeed, and good prices too.
Yep. Let's see. That brings us to TV, movie, book, and game news. Couple things here. Entertainment Weekly had posted a excerpt from the upcoming Star Wars Aftermath book, which is the book that's supposed to take place right after the events of Return of the Jedi. They have a couple preview chapters, I think, on their site, and it reads really pretty well, I think.
I haven't had a chance to read that yet. So this is the immediate Return of the Jedi follow-up.
Yep.
So this is
like a whole. There's it starts out with a chapter with Admiral Akbar giving like a speech. Regarding we've defeated the Emperor and whatnot, but our battle's not yet over and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty involved.
This is the novel where all the Ewoks die with lots of shards of the Death Star falling on top of them. So I'd love to see if that happens. Anyway, that's
a couple good chapters there.
It's canon. We got to read this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of Wedge is involved quite a bit in the preview chapter, so you get to see him and his adventures.
Excellent.
Very good. And that book as well comes out on September 4th.
Everything's September the 4th.
This next bit was just announced over the weekend here. John Tyler Christopher, who does the illustrations for the action figure variant covers for Marvel magazines or for Marvel Comics, whether they're Star Wars or Marvel themselves. He announced that he's having a limited edition black and white version of the Boba Fett cover.
And after the last one sold out and goes for around $50, well worth investing in $20 into one of these, that's for sure. So
this is supposed to go for sale like on the 23rd or something like that.
So this one, instead of being 5,000, I think is now down to 3,000. So understandably, less sketch covers are less popular overall, but I'll be getting one.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll get all the others. So looks good.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit.
A ton of stuff. He really is. He's a busy man. He must be painting at one hell of a speed.
This next bit was something you had shared on your site, the Jedi with a GoPro camera.
Yeah, I don't know whether you had a chance to see this yet, but it's a great looking first point of view video. I won't play it all. The internet's really slow for me tonight. I guess my wife's doing something. She's uploading something. But it's... we'll see if we can play a little bit. A Jedi basically starts off, puts a GoPro camera on, and this thing just wanders around and kills lots of stormtroopers, helps attack a TIE fighter, brings him down and rips the pilot apart, and confronts with an AT-At. It's definitely a must-watch. I recommend, if you haven't had a chance, watch it. We'll see whether the video will play a little bit. But it's pretty cool for a fan film. It's very slick. It makes me think GoPro have actually sponsored this. To be honest, now.
I thought the same thing. To be honest,
yeah, it's great fun as well, and just well done. And the way that he throws the stormtroopers around is well worth a shot. There we go. There's some footage playing there. It's not very big, but it'll show something. So he wanders around. I think it was shot in Portugal. And the filmmaker is Billy Warp 1. That was a speeder bike he just smashed together there. But it's excellently done. The troopers are way up in the mountains and he blasts shots back. And it's good fun. It's good fun. Something really unusual. I hadn't seen something like that before. So
yeah, we'll have the link to that in the show notes when we post that here in a little while. Let's see. Finally, here we have the Topps Star Wars oversized cards that were available through the Topps website.
These were on display at San Diego Comic-Con. You could buy them. There was a lot to buy. There was 10 sets of 10 cards. I didn't realize there was so many. But Boba Fett is now gone. He's gone. The coolest of the lot, I can guarantee you. So yeah, he's gone. So there's 9 other sets still available. This was the overstock they had from San Diego Comic-Con. They're beautiful. They're really large size, very glossy, very shiny, in a little Perspex pouch. So if you wanted to get them, go and grab them. There's Vader left. That would suit Chris Perillo, our friend. Han Solo, Rebels, Yoda. There you go, one for you.
I know. I thought about it. To be honest,
I must admit, the Fett pack is beautiful. I haven't seen all of the images for the other ones, but yeah, I think given your focus, I would say that's definitely one for you for $20. And I think that was it.
Cool. That brings us to our reviews and new toy acquisitions and purchases for the past couple weeks, I guess, since we haven't been on our show here. My pile is quite extensive, but since you've been gone for a while, I'm not sure what you have had going on.
There was a couple of reviews. There was some Ant-Man and Lego and a few other bits and pieces, some Marvel Legends Ant-Man. You went to see Ant-Man?
Yeah, I went on Thursday.
Like it? Love it?
I did.
Okay.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was great too. Really enjoyed it. So Ant-Man crazy, I think you said as well, and now to hunt for the toys. And yeah, I'm already there in front of you. I've already bought them. But the Ant-Man figures, definitely. The Marvel Legends figures, a beaut. It's an absolute gem. The Funko Pop's kind of cool as well, actually. I do like that, the yellow jacket and the little Lego figures as well. So yeah, thoroughly in the Ant-Man mode. But that was the only reviews I had. Purchases you want to do?
Yeah, go ahead with yours if you've got them.
Well, we were just talking about them. The San Diego Comic-Con Boba Fett pack.
Cool. Yeah, those are a nice size.
They are a nice size and beautiful thick card. So they're a little pricey, I think, at $20, but they're selling. So yep, if you want them, grab them. That was that. Lots of little Lego minifigures, little Iron Man, little bootleg ones, Disco Armor, and others that are now out there from Chinese sellers. The Marvel Legends Ant-Man Wave, which basically lets you build a figure of Ultron, is what I purchased as well. And we got a little trip to Legoland, Matt and I, and we picked up some Lego sets that weren't yet in the stores. This was a little Shield Helicarrier mini Quinjet, I should say. A little set that's coming out soon. And from the Topps booth, the little Galactic Connections and a few other things. Went to the Rancho Obi-Wan breakfast. Had breakfast with Steve Sansweet. It was very civilized. Nice. And little patches and things from the Star Wars Action News team. Very hard-working bunch of guys. It's a lot of work for them to put that on. It really is a lot of effort. And I forget his name, but a very amazing guy who walked all the way from Rancho Obi-Wan all the way down to San Diego Comic-Con. His wife had died. and she was a huge Star Wars fan. And in honor of her, he walked all the way down and gave a little speech, and very touching. Very nice guy as well. We had a chance to have a quick conversation with him and a few others, but that's it, acquisition-wise, I think. Oh, sorry, one other thing. The haven't even opened it yet. The Echo Phase 2 armor from Sideshow Collectibles, which I'm dying to review. So.
That's a good one. Let's see, what did I get? I have a lot of stuff here. Let's see, what did I have? I think Walmart has been clearancing out some of their older Lego sets, I guess, in preparation for Force Awakens merchandise, maybe. But I picked up the Ghost, which was, it's originally like a $90 set. It was on, $30 off or something like that. So
That's good.
I grabbed that, and you can't have the Ghost without having the Phantom, so I picked that up for like $15 or something like that.
That's an awesome price.
Yeah. So those two go together. What else? I picked up, kind of on the Rebels kick, I got the...
You're all going Lego. You're getting there.
The Ezra speeder that comes with Sabine and Ezra and another Stormtrooper to go with my other pile of Stormtroopers over there. Let's see. And since, like you had mentioned, I went to see Ant-Man, so I needed to get some Ant-Man Lego. So I've got
great little figures. Yellow
Jacket and the two different Ant-Man versions, Hank Pym and Scott. Oh, geez, what else? I got Hallmark had their kind of pre-Christmas kind of event over the past. It wasn't this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. Got the Admiral Akbar keepsake ornament, and there's the Yoda with Luke Skywalker. I had to buy that. It's got the Yoda, and then they had a clearance 50% off Lego one.
Wow!
Boba Fett, so I picked that up.
Very nice.
And one more thing from Hallmark was one of their little itty bitty.
Very cool.
Very nice. Oh god, what else?
I think we both got our Force Awakens posters. I forgot to mention.
Oh yeah, yep, got those as well. I one of the guys from the Wolfpack.
Awesome.
Sent that for me for the holographic R2-D2, which is based on the Build-A-Droid mold. Only available at the parks. Let's see what else. I got the Cad Bane.
Cool.
Indenal armor disguise, which is, oops, just dropped his helmet, but he is right here.
Very cool.
Pretty sweet.
And that comes with a swappable head for Denal. We can obviously swap out to.
Yep.
Excellent.
What's kind of funny about it is that the head for Cad Bane doesn't actually look like it could fit in the helmet.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't even look. I know.
So, but once it's, I mean, it just looks cool as a display, as far as him in his armor disguise, holding the helmet with all of his, accessories and whatnot. What else? I think that was it. Like I said, you mentioned I got the poster, the two-sided poster that you could put in one of those illuminated
display
frames. I'm working on building one of those right now because I picked up a bunch of these LED lights.
Oh wow!
And, string behind a frame. They're really bright on camera, but they're just this little strip of 3M adhesive, really thin. But I could string it around the perimeter of the frame, and it should light up the frame really well. So.
That's a kind of economical way of doing it.
I think this whole spool of LED lights is like 15 meters long, but it was like $7.
That's phenomenal.
Because I've seen some of those lighted, or at least backlit frames go for like $300 on sites that actually sell them, and I'm not gonna pay that, so I figured I'd build one myself.
That's awesome.
I think that's it though. I've got a whole pile of other stuff from like Black Series, 3 3/4 inch. You know, the last wave of that that I received. But I think that's it.
That's a good haul, sir. That's a good haul.
Quite a bit of stuff over the past couple of weeks that we haven't got to talk about. So I think with that, that will wrap up this week's show.
Well, indeed.
Sounds good. We will be back next week. I'd like to thank everyone for watching and sharing. We will try to recap everything over the past couple, or the next week, and have a new show out for, I guess it'd be the last week of July.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. So
hopefully we'll see some stuff from Hasbro in regards to maybe some reveals for The Force Awakens through their Hasbro Pulse. I highly doubt it, but we could always hope, I guess.
Exactly.
So until next week, we will talk to you all later. Thanks for all watching.
See ya.